Hi guys and welcome back to Path of Titans. Let's have a little look-see on the newest update to the game that brought us some balance changes and of course aquatic critters. Not gonna talk about the critters that much as they are just critters. And they're a way for devs to add some life in the empty oceans and rivers of Gondwa. What I really want to talk about is the balance changes they did to few creatures that are, quote, waiting for their TLCs. Said TLCs can be months away, by the way, so yeah. They slow it down 3 of the fastest vanilla creatures in the game to make them, quote, more interactive with the rest of the roster. Well, 2 of these creatures are Campto and Struthiomimus, very squishy creatures, and slowing makes the interactions very deadly. Campto still has hop off that can save it from most of the situations, but as the Hatchclamp hitbox is one of the massive hitboxes in the game, it's enough that your tail is in the reach of that and you're pretty much done. Struthi feels so slow now, and it has pretty much no escapes from faster modded creatures that I'm surprised if I see any Struthios in the community servers after this amazing nerf. I think I was one of the only ones. Also, Campto got Lone Survivor removed, so it's even harder to play this creature now as a solo. But hey, at least it got its bite damage increased whopping 10 points. Struthi can now run over 5 minutes, which would be great if it could actually run away with that stamina. But like I said before, it can't. So in my opinion, this was pretty bad decision to slow them down now, as we have no way of knowing how long this will last. Struthi has now same speed as Alioramus, which makes Struthi now vulnerable against Alioramus in vessels. Alioramus is also one of the creatures that got hit by the TLC wait time hammer. It got nice buffs to health and combat weight, which is very good, but also some nerfs like bite damage is 10 points less, and also the removed Tyrant Roar, Ambush and Slick Feathers from already minimal ability roster. Well, Alioramus' hotbar was already really sad and almost empty compared to the rest of the roster, but not as sad as the Thalasso hotbar, as there is only one ability in it. Speaking of Thalasso, they adjusted the stats to be, quote, less frustrating to Thala players and fit its future ability TLC better, end of quote. Well, Thala also got some nice buffs to its health and combat weight, but also some nerfs to stamina recovery. Bite damage got whopping 15 points nerf, and it got its Lone Hunter and Land Runner removed. Well, at least it is faster on land and running costs less stamina. Woohoo! Oh, my poor Thala. Now, just a little bit about Allosaurus. It got nice buffs to the attacks, 5-point increase in bite, 20 points to claw attack, and 20 points buff to hatchet bite. But bleed got nerfed unfortunately, and they removed fresh blood as well. Allosaurus feels about the same. I like the buffs, but I have to frown to the bleed nerfs. It is a bleeder after all. Allosaurus has better survivability compared to the smaller guys, except Mega, who we're gonna talk about next. Megalania, which got its fair share of buffs and nerfs, HP buffed by 75 points, but combat weight got 100-point nerf. Well, at least Bite got amazing 5-point buff and sprinting cost less than before. Heavy Bite got 10-point buff, which is amazing, and also cooldown is 3 seconds less than before. Running speed nerfed and Fetid Scent got removed. Other than that, I still feel Mega is the same as before. fun and fast-paced hunter that can punish unsuspecting dinos pretty easy. Still one of my favorites. Lastly, we have the Mega Croc, aka Sarcosuchus. They pretty much brought back the tanky Sarco from Banjura times, like I think 2 to 3 years ago. So Sarco got buffed in health quite a bit, almost to the same amount as it was back in Banjura days when it was 800 if I remember correctly. Now it's 700. But combat weight got nerfed with 500 points, which is questionable in my opinion. Well, at least Sarco heals now faster than before. Bite got buffed with 10 points, but they made cooldown longer, so time to learn to get used to that then, I guess. Sprinting and stamina cost is only 2.2 from 6.6, so they're desperately pushing land croc at the moment. A launch cooldown is now half it used to be and costs less stam as well. Asphyxiating snap drains now 10 more points than before, but cooldown got increased by 6 seconds. Oh boy. Kato Dash cost 30 points less than before. Clamp got moved to generic slot like with Hatse, so now every croc has Clamp. Well, at least Sarco still has 2 head slots and it can laugh to poor Hatse, who only has 1. Clamp was slowed down and has 3-second cooldown now, and it also cost a lot of stamina. So yeah, Crushing Bite and Ambush were removed completely, which is kinda good and kinda bad. Bad as Sarco has worse time brawling against Spinos, Deinocheruses, and even some confident Suchos. Well, now Sarco versus Sarco fights can take a little bit longer as per usual, because there is no one-shots anymore. But hey ho, that's how it goes. So that was the whole balance / aquatic critter update. There were some other balance changes, but I wanted to cover the ones that had the words dev notes underneath their stat change lists. Editing Laacer here. As I was editing this video, I really thought that one of the 5 creatures that I included in this video would be next to have its TLC. Well, nope, it is actually a Concavenator, and we're gonna do a Concavenator video. Me and the guys are gonna play it in RNA 1, so stay tuned for that video. Anyways, what do you think is gonna get a TLC after the Concavenator? Tell me in the comment section below. I'm hoping Thala or Alio. They really need it. They really need it. To summarize my opinions, I don't understand why Camptos, Truity and Alio had to be slowed down, as they were doing just fine before, and now they're pretty much struggling, especially in community servers. Mega feels pretty same as it was, nothing really major changed with it, but poor Alio and Thala got their already sad ability bar even sadder. Allo feels pretty same as it was, but removing fresh blood was unnecessary in my opinion. It is pretty hard to tell when dinos stop bleeding, as you can't always see. It depends on situation, if it's night, if the creature bleeding is in a bush or against a dark cliff or whatever. You don't always see, you know, the dripping blood. Anywho, other than that, Allo feels pretty good, but at least Allo can brawl with the big boys. But yeah, those are my opinions, and you can think otherwise, and it is fine. So yeah. Anyways, this is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, that helps a lot. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing, it is completely free. Thanks for watching, see you on the next one, and bye bye!